Welcome to She Can and She Will. My name is Mary Ann Brown, also known as the Country Mompreneur. I'm joined by my co-host, Disa McAllister. We are moms, work-from-home experts, and queens at helping women take control of their lives. On this show, you will learn from us as well as other women who kick butt in their lives and want to help you do the same. So sit back and get ready for some fun. Welcome back to She Can and She Will. I decided to do many welcomes so that people feel super, super welcome.
Extra welcome.
Welcome to this episode. So we were thinking this morning before we got on and we were talking about social anxiety. You have social anxiety. Do I have social anxiety? Yes, I do. I'm an introvert that forces herself to be an extrovert. So when I get home, I have all the unplugged problems, and before an event, I get super anxious.
Yeah, I love connecting with a person, and I feel so good if I can have a really good conversation. But like going into holy crap, if I don't know anybody, you're just like giving yourself excuses not to go, and I find a lot of excuses not to go. So lots of that. Same.
I get very in my head. I try to erase it, but I do. I get very in my head, like, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Like trying to practice. And then you never say or do any of the things that you practice in your head ever.
Oh my gosh. I know, it's like the worst. There's oh my gosh. I don't even want to go down that line. I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but yes, social anxiety is like a super thing. Which is maybe a great reason why you extra welcome people here today. So they can let go of a little bit of that. And listen.
Welcome. So today we're talking about getting out and meeting new people. Speaking of social anxiety. Yeah. This doesn't have to just be in person. This can also be virtual. But we're also talking about in-person type things where you can go out, because I don't know about you. I was talking to another lady in another interview that I think we posted earlier this month. And I was talking about how children they make friends so easily. I know maybe not so much at the teen years, but as little kids, you see them, they'll go onto a playground, make friends so easily, can just walk up to someone and start playing with them. As adults, it's not that easy, just finding new friends and meeting new people. It's so hard.
Isn't it? I think I saw, maybe it was a Twitter or something, just a meme recently where somebody was like, don't you wish it was like as easy to make friends as when you were a kid? You just walk up and you're like, I like your stick. And that's it. You're just
your friends. I feel like the next time I go to the grocery store, I'm going to walk up to someone and tell them I like their stick.
Oh my God. You should video record that. I would love to see their response.
We'll take that the wrong way, but
yeah, I guess it depends on who you say that to, for sure.
So tell me one idea that you have.
Yeah. So volunteering in the community, this one, this is a rabbit hole for me because I just end up volunteering way too much, but if you have it works best if you go with something that is tugging at you, like if you stay up late at night and you're like, oh my God, there's all these missing girls in the world. Well, go find some kind of nonprofit or movement or meeting where they're addressing that kind of thing. You'll meet people with similar interests. And when you have a similar goal with the people that you're around, you just feel good. Even if it's a really frustrating subject, like fighting cancer or something where it almost seems like endless problems, just that you're working on a solution with somebody side by side can be very fulfilling. And those people, share your concerns.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And back when I used to be a news reporter, I would go and cover events and then, this event looks very important. And I was volunteering like every weekend for something, because every time I would cover an event, I was like, I should go help out at this one. I should go. There was one that was particularly fun. They were building a habitat house. Ooh. And I don't know if you've ever been part of doing one of those. It's so much fun. I suggest if you find Habitat for Humanity in my neighborhood, Google it and see if there's a house being built. go volunteer because it's super fun. I built a whole closet almost by myself. I was very proud of myself. I used a screw gun and screwed gun. I was so proud of myself.
And they teach you how to do stuff.
Yeah, they come and help you. Like it's a lot of contractors volunteering their time to do it, but then people from the community also come and want to help and do. So they'll have you helping people. And let me tell you, the one day that I went, I think this one lasted, it was like a 5-day because they have to like pour the cement and wait. And one of the days that I've volunteered, the firefighting, whatever you call them, the team, what do you call them? Yeah. The department, the fire department came to volunteer that day. And it was a crew of like 15 guys, not bad looking. And it was like mid-July. And so everybody was like half in dress. And I was like, I volunteered on the right day. So sometimes volunteering, you can not only meet new people, but meet nice people.
Interesting people. Wow, very cool. I had a roommate one time and she was like a little fix-it-er person. And I asked her one time, because we're like the same age. I'm like, were your parents into real estate? Like, how did you know all this stuff? I think she had caulked a bathtub and it just blew my mind. Early 20s, you know? And she's like, Habitat for Humanity. I volunteered like 3 times. And,
yeah, it's so, I highly suggest that. It's so much fun.
Awesome.
You help the family quite often comes and helps too, because that's part of like getting the house is the family that's going to get the house comes and helps. So you can sort of see the family that's going to be getting the house and meet them. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
So on another note of meeting new people that sometimes are good looking is joining a gym, go to an exercise class. And if you're joining an exercise class, you're quite often joining in with a group of people that are in your same fitness level. So you don't feel like, oh, I should hide in the back of the room because I'm not super fit. But go join. One of my friends is into, what's it where you dance and work out? Zumba.
Zumba?
Yeah, Zumba.
Ooh, that's fun.
It's so much fun. I went to a couple of classes and it was so much fun. Highly suggest it. And you meet a lot of fun people when you're there, because people are always like up on their adrenaline and want to make friends and stuff. So it's a fun time to go to a gym.
Ooh, they might, yeah. I feel like I might pass out, and then I meet a lot of people who are like, "Are you okay?"
Trying to give you CPR.
You're my new best friend. Your mouth was mine. Well, this is something that I learned this year because I've been doing all of the, like going out and doing some expos, but a lot of those business expos, they have these apps, right? And on the apps, you have a chance, you can look at the speakers, but you can also look at the attendees, and you can actually message them before the event starts, like 2 weeks in advance. You can start messaging people and see if they would like to meet up, right? Like, here's what I do. I'd like to learn more about you, whatever. And you can actually meet people while you're there. So if you're like me and you don't like big crowds, right? And you're going into kind of an unknown space, you can set up those meetings beforehand so that at least you like know somebody there, right? And those can kind of flourish. So during the day, you just go out and meet people. And then at night when they have like the cocktails, you know at least a few people you can start out with, and then drinks sometimes make that easier. So
that's really smart to meet them before the cocktail night, because I always would get intimidated about the cocktail night going into that, not knowing anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to stand against the wall and just hide. And that's pointless. Like, why am I here if I'm not going to go talk to people?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of is like a lubrication or something, when you start meeting people throughout the day, and then by the cocktail time, I'm usually like just feeling a lot better, and I'll go up to total strangers. But it takes a little bit of greasing there.
Yeah. And another business related one is joining a local chamber of commerce or a professional networking group. We have almost every town has a chamber of commerce. We've got one here in this town that is, well, it's sort of gossipy in this town. I don't know. In this one's, I've seen their Facebook page. It's more, but I mean, if you like that, I do like to watch the gossip. You know how I like the gossip. So if you like that, but I mean, networking groups, those ones are much more professional and usually have an agenda, and you come in there, but you meet people of all sorts of business types, because a lot of them only allow one of each business type. Like if you are a contractor, they only allow one contractor. If you're whatever, a marketer, a lot of them only allow one of each one in their group. Have you seen that? There's one here in
referral groups.
Yeah, they only allow one of each kind of, so you're not competing with anybody else in the group. And you come in there and you share what you do and you meet people that you could do business with, but you also make potential new friends, like people that you can hang out with afterwards, which is fun because they often quite have like after hour socials and stuff like that too at those kind of events.
Ooh, fun. I did have a luncheon with a group like that one time, and I thought that was really nice. They would talk about, they would put aside special time at every meeting to be like, okay, did anybody use anybody else's services in here?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about like, yeah, I used Lindsay's like front office call system and it was very beneficial, like I thought I liked that. It was like testimonial.
Yeah, and they really encourage you to use each other too. Like they really encourage that, which is really good for if you're starting up a new business.
Ooh, talking about networking. We do have a Women Helping Women event coming up. This next one is May 4th, but we will put a link in the show notes for the ones that are coming up next. So if you missed May 4th, that's okay. We have another one coming up, but this one specifically is for businesses entering quarter 2. So like closing out the quarter and looking at what's coming up. And then networking. So we got a good networking event with some business undertones to help you make some goals.
So how do you get through your day? Between work, your family, and all the in-betweens, who has the time to connect with others who face your similar struggles? Join us at our monthly Women Helping Women virtual networking sessions to make connections with other women who face your same struggles. Make new contacts, whether you are looking for business connections, accountability partners, or to build relationships. If you've never joined a virtual networking session, it's very laid back and we try to make it fun for all who attend. We ask you share your name, what you do for a living, and what you're looking to get out of the session. We encourage people with like interests to share their contact info to connect once the session is over. This is a great opportunity to build bonds with new people who you never would have met in your day-to-day life. So whether you're looking to make professional connections or looking to find some new friends, sign up for our next session. Find more information at thecountrymompreneur.com.
I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. We were talking to one of the people that are going to be the introductionary, I can't speak, speaker for our May event. She's super inspiring.
Ooh,
super awesome. Can't wait.
That's going to be so fun.
I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun.
Oh, it's a good one for social anxiety too, because we'll make it really easy for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing, you could join a book club. And I really like these. I actually don't read as much as I used to, which makes me so sad.
I know.
So much streaming. But yeah, you can join a book club so you have people with other interests. And Mary Ann, you and I have a mutual friend, Cece. She's been talking about this. It's not Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and I can't remember the word, but it's basically a book club for Netflix. So you can meet up with some people and just talk about stuff that you are reading or watching.
That sounds fun. I have never joined a book club and I keep saying I want to join a book club, but I never have. I think that would be so much fun. I have a pile of like 10 books on my desk because we interviewed that author, Bernice Bloom.
Yes.
I proceeded to have piled up on like all of her books because they're so funny. They are seriously funny. Like I should just start a Bernice Bloom book club where we could just read all of her books because they're the best.
Maybe we should start with that one.
Yeah, maybe
that'd be so fun.
I'm going to put that on my to-do list. Bloom Book Club. I'm going to call it the Blooming Book Club. She doesn't even know it yet, and she's got a book club.
She has like inspired an entire club. That's awesome.
So another one is take your dog to the park. Now for me, I have 25 acres of land. I rarely take my dogs to the park. But back in the day when I lived in the city, I would take my dog to the park. And I inevitably, if you go to the park, generally the same time every day, I started walking with this older lady and we would walk together because we were always there at the same time. So you could meet some new people just going to the park, and you never know who you're going to meet. That'll be sort of fun.
That would be good. And you'd always have something to talk about because dogs are so cute. They just give you reasons to be like, oh.
Meet other cute dogs as well. 'Cause sometimes the dogs are even more fun to meet than the owners.
Yes, they are. So you could also join local Facebook groups. So if you don't have dogs, but you have kids or anything like that, you can kind of join some local Facebook groups. I've also found I really like to walk. Like, I'm not a good runner, but I like to walk, but I have a reaction to sunlight. So I can only go at dusk or night. It's very lonely. But I found a whole group of people in my area who are looking to go walking at dusk till nighttime, right? So it's, even if you've got, I would say especially if you've got some weird interests, look on Facebook. You might find people. Yeah.
It's funny that you say that about a walking one, because I've spoken to at least 2 other people that have made a bunch of friends by either joining a running or a walking Facebook group.
What? That's awesome.
That's funny. That's cause I don't really do either, but
call it hiking. I don't know why. If you just call walking hiking, it just piques a bunch of interest. Whereas if you're just who wants to walk? It's,
not me. Not me.
It's important.
Another fun one is going to a local music, food, or art festival. And those you can find on Facebook all over the place. I usually my summers here, because I'm in the Adirondack Mountains in the winter from January till March end-ish. I stay inside. I do not like to go out in the cold. I don't go places unless I absolutely have to. I just don't like being outside. I don't like driving in the snow, nothing. But as soon as April starts and the sun starts coming out, I'm looking for something to do every weekend. I want something fun to do. And if all you have to do is go into Facebook events, there's so many things that you can find to do. It's so much fun. We've got this weekend we're going to watch, John Wick, cause hello, John Wick.
Oh my God, that's so
Keanu Reeves. So that's all that you have to say about that. But there's a Taste of Syracuse festival coming up. That just has all the restaurants having there with you could taste all the different foods. And they've got, for the city of Utica up here, the tomato pie is a popular thing. I don't know if you've heard of tomato pie. I think it might be regional, where it's a crust. It's a thicker crust with sauce, with parm, and it's cold. It's served cold. It's cooked, but then it's served cold. And it's called tomato pie, and it is delicious. And every restaurant in this area has their own sort of version of it. So they have a tomato pie festival where everybody comes. You could try all their tomato pies and get full on so many carbs.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. Oh. When a festival is based on food, I'm there. That's what I got to say about it.
Yeah, festivals can be so fun. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up now. It's going to be on my brain until I can check that out. Tomato pie. One other thing that you can do is you can join meetup.com. So this was made, around a really tragic event. And then they were trying to just get people out of their homes, right? So it's not so much webinars and things like that. It is in-person events, people meeting people. And you can find all kinds of interest groups. You want to drink wine on a Thursday? They got a Thursday wine group, they've got all kinds of stuff that you can go out at all times of day, especially if you're from a bigger area. And if you're in a smaller area, then that's probably the best place to go to find people to meet up with special interests. Cause, kind of harder in smaller areas, right? In the country.
So hard. I've never actually got onto meetup.com to see what they have in this area. I'm going to do that later today. That's sort of interesting. I saw this on your list and I was I actually haven't gone there or gone onto that site to see if there's anything around here. I'm going to have to check it out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I try not to go on there unless I know I have a whole lot of time, because then I'll just see all these things like, oh, I want to know more about WordPress. Like, oh my gosh. Like, like I just see all these things that I want to do. But in the end, I don't actually have that much time to leave my house.
Oh, Lord. Well, hopefully you guys got some inspiration and have some thoughts on getting out and meeting some new people. If you have some ideas on ways to get out and meet new people, share them in the comments. We want to know.
See you next time.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you later.
Thank you for listening. For more information, join us at thepmagency.com.